Hi everyone, this is Brad from Board Game Geek. I'm here with Randall from Catalyst Game Labs, and we are talking about one of the big games of the show, Shadowrun Crossfire. Could you give us a quick rundown on the game, kind of how it plays and what people can look forward to at home?
Sure, absolutely. So Crossfire, I think some of the things that sets it apart, I mean, obviously there's a lot of great deck building games out there. I've played just about all of them. But one of the things that really kind of sets Crossfire apart is it's really cooperative. Most of the deck building games, you're just kind of playing by yourself. There's not that much interaction. And in this, not only is there tons of interaction, but it's also kind of playing against the deck, playing against the game.
Okay.
So you win together or you lose together.
Okay.
And so there's a lot of times when you got to figure things out. You got to almost throw yourself in front of that security team that's trying to take out your partner, because one of the other things that's great about the game is, again, it's very Shadowrun in that, because Shadowrun's pretty brutal, in that if one of your guys goes critical, then it aborts. The entire mission aborts. And so then you have one last time around the table to get at least one guy to not be critical. And if you do, then you manage to, lug the guy over your shoulder and drag him away from that security team or whatever you might be fighting. And then everyone's going to walk away and everyone gets a karma point.
Okay.
And the reason that's important is because one of the other things, now Pathfinder does this really well as well, but there's a great campaign system built into it.
Okay.
So that every time you play a mission, and if you succeed at that mission, every player's going to get a certain number of karma. And then even if you abort, if you successfully aborted, you're still going to walk away with one karma.
Okay.
It's only if you all get totally wiped out that you don't get any karma.
Okay.
And then if you do, you can get these sticker upgrades, and the stickers go on your cards.
Oh, wow.
And they provide, they're anywhere from 5 points, a 5-point expansion, meaning you might play 2 or 3 games and get it.
Okay.
Though admittedly, I started up this campaign and we aborted 4 straight times, so I still can't get my sticker. Or you have cards that are all the way up to like 45, 50 points, meaning, there's dozens of gameplay that might be involved until you get this. And it augments your character. It really allows you to grow character very much in a role-playing style.
Okay.
So
cool.
What's happening in the game is you start the game out, you grab your character. Each one has a different role: a straight samurai, a face, a decker, or the mage.
Okay.
And then you're rolling up objectives. And the objectives can be...
We can do B-roll. I think might be
the
easier.
objectives... Yeah, no worries. The objectives can be a lot of, again, all the different varieties, whether it's air elemental, or there's even a cool dragon you might face in one of the really tough missions, security teams, gangers, whatever it might be.
Okay.
And then you have a variety of damage that you're able to do, and you have to do it in a certain row, kind of left to right.
Okay.
And then there's kind of like street samurai damage, there's face damage, so you have certain colored damage and then certain colorless damage.
Okay.
And so you kind of share each other. You then have a black market, so that at the end of going around once, you're able to purchase things from the black market from the million you earn from eliminating your objectives.
Okay.
So as the game is growing and getting more difficult, and then one of the last things, you have the Crossfire deck. Okay. And in the Crossfire deck, that's just a universal effect. Okay? And the longer it takes you to eliminate, to go through one of the scenes of a mission, the more Crossfire cards are out. Then you might roll a Crossfire card up that has one effect, but at a Crossfire level 4, it has another effect. And that means if there's 4 Crossfire cards in the discard, then that kicks this off. So the longer you take, the more security is going to be able to bring more things in. The police are going to be able to arrive, whatever it might be. So it gets this cool urgency of, we're taking too long, we're going to lose this, we're going to abort. So there's kind of in a nutshell. One of the things we did is there is print and play we have a demo deck, and there's a print and play, version of that, of those cards, as well as the rules are up online. You can go up and check the rules out. We also have a free PDF of the entire rule set, so you can go up and check out everything that's in there. There's also, I believe, 3 missions, or maybe No, I think it's 3 PDF missions now that we've also released.
Wow.
So there's actually a huge amount of enjoyment and experience you can get to really see, is this the game for you?
Very
And
cool.
we released all that because we're confident enough that this is going to be a game that people are going to love and they're going to want to try it out.
Very cool. Can you tell us a little about, I know you had a really cool like a digital run sort of ARG marketing campaign around the launch. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure, absolutely. One of the things we're finding, obviously, is that there's more and more things you can do in the digital realm, and so we came up with this concept of how do we not only get people aware that this is coming, and obviously I'm tweeting every stinking day, I'm writing Tumblr posts, I'm doing all of those things, but it's a very passive thing. And so one of the great things about ARGs is it's a dynamic. It activates the community. It gets them involved.
Right.
And so we came up with this concept a while ago of, hey, let's take the rules and the cards and split them up into a whole bunch of different PDFs. I think it was 15 total.
Okay.
And then let's go to all the news sites, the review sites, all these great sites that are just as important as almost any other aspect that I can think of getting the news out, of getting people excited. And have them bury it on their sites,
Right.
and then people will go hunting for it, and then once when they find all 15, and then you had to come and post all the URLs under the forums. The person who was the first to post all the correct URLs, we sent him a free game, and this happened a couple of weeks ago, so he got the free game before almost anybody.
Right.
And then it also kind of unlocked the print and play of all the cards, so everyone was getting something out of it. And it went phenomenally well. We had a couple. It actually took a little bit longer than we thought because some of the websites really buried it. Some of these sites have thousands of pages,
Right.
and it was a little dinky icon buried in the midst of that with no hint of what it might be.
Right.
But even then, it took less than 3 days for it all to be uncovered. So it was really fun. People seem to have a blast. I'm sure we'll do something similar to that. And the fact that it's Shadowrun and the Matrix and decking and all that, it seemed really, really appropriate.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. It sounds really cool. We'll look forward to checking this one out. And it should be available sometime after the con?
Actually, it's the 27th, whatever is the last Wednesday of this month. So it's already at our warehouse, already starting to ship out to stores, and you can be playing it by the end of this month.
Awesome. So end of August should be
Absolutely.
in your hands. Awesome.
Yep.
Cool. Thank you so much. It looks really great.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.